shoot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. He threw the hook, didn't land. Beautiful counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Alvarez in that last round. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter lands. Crawford just got rocked. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Missed with that jab. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Punch, counter punch. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Not sure if I'd be taunting right now. He blocks the jab. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. And around. There's the bell to start round 3. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Blocks the jab. The jab doesn't quite connect. fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those popped areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
They exchange punches. So much for being a good sport here. They're going to taunt. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Can't find a home for that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Only catching air with that hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well worked. Here we go to the fourth round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Catch and shoot. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
He threw the hook, didn't land. How about that time counter shot? That hook was off target. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Hook misses. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. No rest for the weary. No rest for the weary. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. He threw a punch and just got countered. In that last round. On to the fifth we go. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Nice job blocking the hook. Respect for each other's punching power. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when he'll catch you.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nobody home with that hook. Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more. Try some stick and move. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Caution is being thrown to the wind. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that last round. Let's start the 6th. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
A lot of effort being exerted here. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Nice job blocking the hook. And they figure out the combination to this sink.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're gonna find out.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. Can't score with that jab. Can't score with that hook again. And he misses with that jab. His stamina is off the charts. Nice counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that. There's the bell to start round 7. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing them down. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
The straight right just misses. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Nice looking right hook, but he blocked it. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. These two fighters are made for one another. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. This round can go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. And there's the bell for round 8. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Big shot, and Alvarez is on the canvas. The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner.
Oh my God, a big heavy blow, and Saul is down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give me your ball.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character...
Crawford got hit hard, and down he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you okay? Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Oh my word, Canelo just got clipped. And right back into the fray.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
So we hold that thought. Canelo in serious jeopardy here, going to the canvas. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. And there's the bell for round 9. Last round was a disaster. What can they... Did you see that? Crawford in trouble.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come to me.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system for a certain amount of punches per round. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again and the fight will be over.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to fall back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
They are not going to let this one go to the judges. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. That jab just missed with the left hand. Catch and shoot. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round.
You're switching up.
This is the 10th. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not gonna happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Back and forth they go. Tried to land the left hook, but it was blocked. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you, they want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That hook was off target. Crawford is dazed. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Both men step back for just a moment. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. You saw it here live, a knockout win. Congratulations.
Accuracy, power, punch perfect. That must hurt.